Right now at 5:30, tomorrow will be a big day for Kim Davis. We're tracking the latest on a planned rally for her, and the big names expected to be there. Also, we're tracking the latest in a deadly crash out of Jessamine County. The details plus a look at what's ahead for your busy Labor Day travel on the roads. And UK police deciding today whether or not to charge a student they say crashed a drone into Commonwealth Stadium.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and welcome into you. Hope you're having a great start to your Labor Day Monday. I'm Rebecca Smith. Bill Bryant has the day off, and let's get a look at what the day has in store for the weather.
And we're looking outside and just not seeing much go on. Maybe a little fog here and there, but other than that, it's pretty calm, pretty quiet out and about. Temperatures coming in the 60s outside, and the 60s with the dew points where they are, and also a little rain here and there yesterday. That's leading to some fog issues in some locations, especially down toward Lake Cumberland, where a lot of us are waking up this morning trying to get out on the lake. Just heads up for some fog as you're traveling early this morning. Go off into the afternoon, 90 degrees. There's another scorcher in store, and we'll look for that slight chance of rain there in the forecast. But what about that midweek rain that we've been talking about and afterwards? Great weather. I'll have that coming up.
Well, friends and family remembering the victims of a deadly crash in Jessamine County. The crash happened around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon on US 27 near the Dish Barn in Nicholasville. It comes on Labor Day weekend, the busiest weekend for travel in the country. WKYT's Mark Barber is live on I-75 this morning with details on that crash and what we can expect driving on the roads today.
Good morning, Rebecca. State troopers are increasing their patrols today, hoping we do not see another serious crash like the one that killed 2 people in Nicholasville yesterday. Already this Labor Day weekend, 2 drivers have died and 3 others have been seriously hurt in crashes here in central Kentucky. Now, that crash involving 5 people happened yesterday afternoon on Nicholasville Road. Around 1 o'clock, officers say that the driver of a Ford Explorer crossed the center line and smashed into a pickup truck. 3 people in that truck are now in critical condition at UK Hospital, and the drivers of both vehicles are dead. The coroner identified the truck driver as 28-year-old Rusty Johnson. The person who was driving the Explorer has not been identified yet. Investigators have not said what caused that crash, but they are saying they do hope to cut down on others like it this Labor Day weekend. Of course, that comes with a word of warning for people hitting the road today. Troopers say last year, 55 people were arrested for DUI and 6 people were killed in alcohol-related crashes. Troopers don't want to see that happen again, so they say they are increasing their patrols, they are setting up checkpoints, and they are watching for impaired drivers across the state. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, thanks so much, Mark. WKYT is tracking the latest on the case involving Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis. On Sunday, Davis's attorneys said they filed an appeal of the contempt of court order with the Circuit Court of Appeals, the 6th Circuit Court of Appeals. Last week, a federal judge jailed her for contempt of court for refusing to issue marriage licenses. She's being held in the neighboring Carter County Detention Center. Davis's attorney, Matt Staver, says Judge David Bunning found Davis in contempt without filing any documentation. Staver said, quote, Mrs. Davis is entitled to proper notice and due process when she is threatened with the loss of her freedom. There was no indication that she would be incarcerated. Davis's attorneys are also asking the 6th Circuit Court to expedite the ruling so Davis does not have to sit in jail. Well, Davis's supporters plan to hold a rally tomorrow at the jail to support her. Republican presidential candidate Mike Huckabee is expected to attend. Huckabee has said he thinks her arrest is, quote, the criminalization of Christianity. He compared her refusal to issue marriage licenses to conscientious objections to slavery.
Obey it if it's right. So I go back to my question. Is slavery the law of the land? Should it have been the law of the land because Dred Scott said so? Was that a correct decision? Should the courts have been irrevocably followed on that? Should Lincoln have been put in jail because he ignored it?
Hundreds of supporters held a rally for Davis over the weekend. Many of them were from Carter County. The Westboro Baptist Church hinted on Twitter that they might protest against Kim Davis. Westboro Baptist tweeted earlier this week saying that they will protest against Davis because they consider her previous marriages to be adulterous. They didn't say when they would be going to protest her, but they did release a tweet on Friday saying it was, quote, time to visit Kentucky. Well, this morning, University of Kentucky police continuing to investigate after a drone crashed into Commonwealth Stadium. This happened on Saturday before the game. Hillary Thornton at our live desk with the latest on this. Good morning.
Good morning, Rebecca. University officials say this situation could have been a lot worse, and they are thankful the drone crashed in an area of the stadium that was not filled with fans. University officials say a student was flying it from the parking lot when the drone crashed onto the deck on the suite level of the stadium. Police say it happened just a few minutes before kickoff as a sold-out crowd of nearly 63,000 fans packed into the newly renovated stadium. Also, the fact the drone was flying in airspace near UK Hospital's helipad caused some more concern for officials. Now, this made the second drone to crash into a stadium over the past few days. On Thursday, a drone fell into an empty part of a stadium in New York during a U.S. Open tennis match. No one was injured in either instance, but it is giving more cause for concern over the fast-growing but unregulated activity.
There are a lot of rules about drones right now, and regulations are evolving, but one rule is pretty clear and unambiguous, and that's you don't have it in or around the stadium on game day at game time. And there's all kinds of things that can go wrong, and that's a clear example last night of what happened. And you had a full stadium shortly before the kickoff. The drone clearly probably got away, which can happen, and something bad could have happened, and we're fortunate that it didn't.
Now, UK police say they have been talking with the student who is not yet facing any charges. Investigators say they will discuss this week what steps to take next. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Well, Danville police are trying to find the man who robbed a hotel over the weekend, or tried to rob it. They say a man walked in with a gun into the Hampton Inn and demanded money. According to investigators, a second employee startled the would-be robber when they showed up for work. The suspect took off without anything. Police say he was wearing a black pants, a black hoodie, and a blue bandana across his face. A Louisiana community is beginning to heal after the death of a 16-year-old on the football field Friday night. This weekend, the team made an impromptu memorial for their friend, and thousands came out to support and show their concern here. Justin Page from our sister station, KNOE, was at the memorial.
It was his first and last varsity game under the Friday night lights. Tyrell Cameron's death brought thousands to Patriot Stadium for a memorial organized by head coach Barry Sebrin.
You know, just in a matter of hours, we were able to pull the community together, and it just warms your heart to see the outpouring of support from all angles in the community.
And the team is still scheduled to play the rest of their regular season games. However, in the meantime, they're just taking things one day at a time.
And in times like these, you have obeyed the word of God and the voice of God, so you are, look at the name, so you look at it what?
Music, candles, and a solemn wish for peace brought thousands to this small-town stadium, local lawmakers included.
We'll mourn, we'll grieve, and then we'll start the healing process. This is a strong community that support each other, help each other, and love each other.
A love felt throughout the crowd. Jade Fulford has been living in Winsboro his whole life and says he's proud to be part of a community that comes together under the best and worst of conditions.
You see all over the place all this bad stuff happening, all this coverage, all this stuff going down, and then you come to small town USA, small town Winsboro, and you see all of these people coming together for different reasons, or for one reason, but from different backgrounds, and not caring who each one of us is, but wanting to get together as one body and honor this young man.
Showing that the strength of a community can help heal even the deepest wound. Reporting in Franklin Parish, I'm Justin Page.
Well, Cameron's family is still grieving, and understandably so. Very, very sad situation there. Funeral arrangements haven't been made, but we will share those with you once they are. Well, authorities in eastern Kentucky are looking for 2 escaped inmates from 2 different counties this morning. In Harlan County, police say 21-year-old Joe Johnson escaped from a hospital Saturday night. Johnson was in prison for fraudulent use of a credit card, theft, wanton endangerment, and assaulting a police officer. In Bell County, state police say an inmate walked away from a minimum security prison over the weekend. Investigators noticed 40-year-old James Cowles missing last night. He was serving a 23-year sentence for burglary and theft. Your time right now is 5:39 this morning. Last Tuesday's fire in downtown Hazard has left many people without homes, and officers say that same fire scared away several pets. So far, police have found 2 dogs wandering around the burned building on Main Street. The Kentucky River Regional Animal Shelter is helping with search and rescue efforts. Officers are hoping to reunite the pets with their owners.
Because this is a traumatic event, anything, it's to know that something that's precious to you has been returned, and that's all we're trying to do is just help put lives back together and get things back to order.
Well, for now, shelter leaders taking care of the 2 dogs that they have already found. A Central Kentucky animal shelter says they need help caring for some of their newest additions. The Madison County Humane Society just got a litter of 9 puppies. Volunteers say they are not prepared for the extra dogs, so the Humane Society is asking for donations of puppy food. Aren't they cute? If you want to donate or adopt, we have a link to the Madison County Humane Society's page on our website, WKYT.com. Time now is 5:41 on this Labor Day morning. Time to get a look at traffic. You can imagine it's a little bit light today with this being a holiday, as you can imagine. Nice little screenshot there of many options for you, but no word in terms of any problems on the roads this morning. Still a whole lot more to come, including this story. After the break, it's been quite an interesting few days for the U.S. Open. Twice already, the championship has been interrupted. We'll tell you why when we come back.
And we're holding on to temperatures outside in the 90s later on this afternoon. But what about your rain chances for your Labor Day? I'll have all that coming up next.